Imagine sitting alone in the dead of night, consumed by your thoughts, maybe whispering prayers or secrets into the void. You think no one is listening, that your pain, your hopes, your doubts all pass into silence. But what if every whisper, every thought, every silent intention is not only heard, but intimately known? What if, in your solitude, you are actually in the most sacred of company? Welcome to the world of Surah Al-Mujadila, verse 7, a single verse that, when seen through the mystical lens of Sufism, shatters the illusion of separation, unveils the ever-present witness, and invites us into a realm where privacy dissolves into divine intimacy. The verse states, "Have you not considered that Allah knows whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth? Never is there any whispering among three but that He is their fourth, nor among five but that He is their sixth, nor fewer than that or more, but He is with them wherever they are. Then He will inform them of what they did on the day of resurrection. Indeed, Allah is, of all things, knowing." The Divine Listener, a Sufi reading of divine companionship. The Sufi path begins where veils are lifted and presence is realized. In this verse, the idea of Allah being the fourth among three, or the sixth among five, is not mere poetic metaphor. It is the Sufi unveiling, kashaf, of divine companionship. This is not a God who observes from a distance. This is the God of nearness, qurb, who listens to every sigh of the heart, who dwells not just in the heavens, but in the hush of your breath. In Sufi psychology, waswasa, inner whisperings, are not just idle thoughts. They are energetic vibrations that either connect or distance us from the divine. But verse 7 assures us, even in our whisperings, divine, dark, or desperate, He is there, not just observing, but witnessing with intimacy and compassion. To Ibn Arabi, this is the affirmation of wahdat al-wujud, the unity of being. There is no private moment in which the real, al-haq, is not present. Every meeting is a divine rendezvous. Every room is His sanctuary, the illusion of separation, Rumi's echoes of divine nearness. You left me in the house alone, but I wasn't alone. You were the soul of my soul, the whisper behind every sound. Rumi. Rumi's verses are full of longing, but also realization. For the Sufi, what appears as separation is illusion. Verse 7 of Surah Al-Mujadila is a tearing of the veil that hides divine omnipresence from our eyes. The moment we believe we are alone, the beloved whispers through the rustle of leaves, the chirping of birds, or even the silence of our own heartbeat. In the Sufi path, khalwa, spiritual seclusion, is never isolation. It is divine encounter. Rumi would say, if you truly saw who was in the room with you, you would fall into prostration, trembling in awe and joy. This verse is a call to that awareness. Numbers and presence, a mystical mathematics. Why 3? Why 5? Why mention numbers at all? The Sufi tradition, especially among mystics like Al-Ghazali and Suhrawardi, teaches that numbers are not arbitrary. They symbolize layers of reality. 3 represents the triangle of existence: self, other, and the divine. 5 echoes the 5 senses through which we perceive the world and hence can perceive the divine. To say He is their fourth or their sixth is to say, in every configuration of creation, He completes the circle. He is not one part of the group. He is the depth within every part. He is not counted. He is the essence of the counting. The message, no matter how many gather or how few, He is not absent. Presence is His eternal attribute. Secrecy, accountability, and the inner mirror. Sufism is deeply concerned with the purification of the heart, tazkiyah al-nafs. This verse doesn't just reveal divine companionship, it foreshadows divine reckoning. Then He will inform them of what they did on the day of resurrection. To a Sufi, this is not a threat, it is a mirror. The day of resurrection is not just in the future, it is a daily unveiling, a moment when our true state is revealed in flashes of insight. When you're about to speak ill in secrecy and the heart shivers, that's a mini resurrection. When you whisper a prayer in the dark and feel a tear drop down your cheek, That's a moment of divine unveiling. The verse invites us to live with inner transparency, to cultivate muraqabah, watchfulness, and ihsan, excellence, as if we see him, or at least know he sees us. Sufi practices inspired by this verse. The verse is not just for reflection, it's a map for transformation. 1. Muraqabah, inner watchfulness. Close your eyes. Inhale, whisper, "You are with me." Feel the shift. This daily practice realigns the heart to divine presence. 2. Silent dhikr. In the company of 3 or 5 or even 1, engage in silent remembrance. Let every gathering become a spiritual circle where Allah is not just present but host. 3. Seclusion, khalwa, with awareness. Practice intentional solitude, not for escape, but for encountering the companion who is never absent. 4. Contemplative writing. Write down your inner whisperings and ask, if Allah is my fourth, what would I say differently? 5. Deep listening in gatherings. When with others, imagine the divine as the unseen listener. It will change how you speak, laugh, and even how you stay silent. Modern echoes technology, privacy, and the divine witness. We live in an age of surveillance where even whispers can be traced. But amidst this technological intrusion, the divine presence offers a different kind of witnessing, not for control, but for connection. No CCTV can capture your intention. No algorithm knows your pain. But Allah, your fourth in solitude, your sixth in group, knows the tear before it falls. He knows not to accuse, but to hold, to guide, and to invite you into truth. Final reflections. Are you listening to the one who listens to you? Verse 58. 7 is not just about divine omnipresence. It's about inviting us to awaken, to realize that there are no secret corners where the divine is absent, to transform our private lives into sacred sanctuaries, to cultivate conversations where Allah is not an outsider, but the very center. In this verse, the curtain is drawn. You are not alone, you never were. You never will be. If this verse awakened something within you, don't let it fade. Dive deeper. Share this video with fellow seekers. Subscribe to our channel for more profound reflections on the Quran through the lens of Sufi wisdom. Comment below. When was a moment you felt the presence of the divine in your solitude? Let this not be the end, but the beginning of living every moment, as if you are in the company of the one who never leaves. He is with them wherever they are. Not metaphor, not mystery, reality.